Aloha, my wonderful people, and welcome to this week's reading, energy reading for empaths to support you energy-wise on what's going on, with this week, to give you some insights on, what to look out for during this week. We are going to make this reading for the week of the 10th until the 16th, so we're going to have 2 portal days in this week, and one is on April 12th and the other one on April 15th. As always, this is just supposed to be a support for you. I'm not saying, that portal days are something that we're supposed to look out for especially, but it can be a help to know that those are energetic, strong days where especially, things can be mirrored strongly, triggers can come up strongly. So as always, I have one special pile up here on the left for the portal days. So those are the special messages from the 2 portal days we're going to have this week. On the top right, we have the general cards for this week, which means for the week of 10th to 16th. And below here, we're going to have the purple flower on the left, the white flower in the center, and the right flower is the rainbow flower. So just take a moment to breathe in for yourself, to feel into which of these flowers resonates with you, because that's the one that is going to have your personal message. And it doesn't just have to be one, sometimes you're going to have, you're going to feel that it might be 2 or even 3. So just, take a moment if you want to pause the video or the audio and take a couple of deep breaths and just feel whatever flower calls you first. All right. In the meantime, I'm going to get started. As always, I like to start with announcements. At the moment, I only have the ones for you to look out for, the soul talks we've been sharing. Every Friday, I'm sharing a soul talk with a wonderful beaming human coach that we have all over the world. It's been really amazing how many wonderful talks I've had, and I'm already having for every Friday. So last Friday I had a wonderful talk with Sai, a wonderful artist who shared his story, how it was for him to follow bliss while creating also a passive income that helps him really focus on his musical journey. So if you like to look into that, I'm gonna if you're looking on YouTube, I'm gonna try to link it up here, and if you're listening in on the podcast, just go look into the other episodes. It's the one before this one. All right, and now we're gonna get started with the general cards. With the special cards from the portals, from the portal day. So we're going to get started here with the Super Attractor cards. Oh yes, just FYI, if you like any of these cards, if you're going like, oh my, these look beautiful, I think I want to have them for myself, just follow the link in the description. You'll find everything below, like all the cards I use are linked down there. All right. So this is the message for the portal days, and as always, I'm calling in all the spirits and the universe and the ancestors to help us and support us with this reading. May this reading help you listening in as best as possible, give you the inspiration that you need to be able to see your triggers and to, I like to say, to surf through the energy waves that are coming for this week. All right, thank you. Let's get started. From the portal days, we have the message here. Feeling good will bring me far more than whatever I thought I needed. I love when this card comes up because it's a true, like a true little nudge or push towards feeling good. So those portal days are bringing you the message to follow whatever feels good for you most. So feeling good will bring me far more than whatever I thought I needed. And also another thing that I'd like to, that's coming up from the spirits, is not just, focus on what you're feeling good, but maybe when this sentence comes up, when you're hearing me read it to you, or when you're reading it yourself, Take a deep breath and feel what is blocking you from feeling good. So that also might be something you want to look into this week. All right, and from the ancestor cards, we have 2 of them for this week. We have spring, which is, on at least on the north half side of the planet, spring is coming. So spring, see your seeds grow. Wow. So this is also for you just to see all the seeds you have been planting for the last years, for the last months and weeks. Just watch them, how they are growing within you or outside of you, depending on where you set them. And watch what all the work that you have been looking into, all the work that you have done so far. So this is also a little reminder of gratitude. Be grateful for everything you have accomplished already. And the second card from the ancestors that we have is Seer. See beyond the current situation. So whatever challenges might come up in the next week, you have the seer. So look behind the situations. Look what's behind everything. Take a look further. Take a step back to look at the situations and see what is hiding behind it. For me, that's always a good sign that it's about looking, not only, looking at what's behind it, what's the learning behind the situation. Because sometimes we get hung up just in the situation, how horrible it is, how bad it is. But when we take one step back, we can actually see what the learning is, that is, the gift that is brought to us by any kind of situation that we have. And from the Keepers of the Lights, we have Saint-Germain, karma releasing. Beautiful. And I love how you see the camera reflecting in the card. Move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. Karma releasing, move beyond drama. And having the seer as well, before, it's a very good combination to, like I said, don't just look at the story on top of it. Go a little bit further behind that and see what's behind the drama, and make room for the good energy that wants to come in. So there is always a learning behind any kind of situation. There's always a win for us, a support from the universe. So don't just look into what's not going well. Look into what is actually, the gift in everything. And from the starseeds, finally, empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. I think we just had it last week as well, but apparently we need it one more time. And again, you are an empath. You are highly sensitive. So you are the owner. You are the master of your own energy system. So you are the one that decides what comes in and doesn't. Again, I know that there are certain deeper things that just by deciding that that's not coming into my system, if it still comes through, it's because it's part of you and wants to be healed. Usually what we are as empaths and highly sensitives, we are the masters of our own system. So we can actually say, this is my field and I'm not letting it come in. And again, everything that is not yours will not come in. You will not be overwhelmed by foreign energies if you decide that. So it's this taking the decision for yourself and saying, this is my field and I'm only letting in what is mine. I don't want anything else. That will help you, right? So look out for that, be aware. Put yourself in that power, in your own power, stand in that power that you have as an empath and a highly sensitive person. So this is the gifts we're going to get from the portal days. So it looks like there's something coming up again that we want to heal. And here we go with the general cards for the week of April 10th. And we're starting again with the Super Attractor cards from Gabby Bernstein. I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become my reality. I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become my reality. Wow. And again, I don't know why this is coming up this week so strong, but here again, when you hear the sentence, if you feel any resistance towards the sentence, what is holding you back on this? So when you have a powerful intention and you have faith, it will transform things for you. Like I just said with the card from the portal days, if you decide that you are the master of your energy system and you trust it and you have faith in it, then that will be your reality, right? So that's a powerful thing that we can do. But if you feel any resistance just by reading or listening to this sentence, ask yourself, where is this resistance and what is it stopping you from? Look into that as well. And from the ancestors, we have autumn. Release the old and rest. Wow. Oh, this card just resonates so strongly because I feel maybe because of the whole Eastern, and if we look at the energy of Easter, of the Easter time, if we don't look at the Easter bunny, if we look at the Easter story of, Christian story of the reviving, the death of Jesus and then the resurrection, him coming back. If we look at ourselves within, when we see that story within ourselves, when we let go of old things, we come back as new people. So this is, that's what we can do when we start releasing old things, and sometimes that release can be very exhausting or can also be very strong. So it's very good for ourselves and a very good self-care moment for ourselves to just take a moment, take a breather, and rest and come back into our strength for the next thing. So, release everything that is not necessary for you anymore. And again, I don't know why, but it feels like, once you decide that you're not letting other people's energies into your system, you can release all the energies that have come in that don't belong to you, that you don't need, and let go of those. And then here we go. From the Keepers of the Lights, we have Lady Portia, Divine Order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Do what you feel is right. Everything is in the right order, so follow your energy. Follow whatever feels right for you. I think there's not much more to say to this. And finally, we have from the Starseeds card, the Golden Children. Wow. The Golden Children, inner child tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Inner child, be compassionate with yourself, with your inner child. If you can, take moments to connect with your playfulness, with your inner child that wants to be there. Our inner child represents, all the things that we have also lived through as children, where we may be, where something might have stopped us from, living our own strength. And this is giving you the sign to be playful with your inner child. Allow your inner child to come out. Allow it to allow it to be the child it wasn't allowed to be in real life as well. Very nice. So this is what we got for next week. And now I'm going to go into the personal cards. So if you resonated with the purple flower, we're going to get started with you first. As always, I like going from left to right, so you'll know. And here we go. We have for you the affirmation. When I live and act from a place of spiritual alignment, I can trust that everything is working out for me, even if I don't know when or how it will happen. When I live and act from a place of spiritual alignment, I can trust that everything is working out for me, even if I don't know when or how it will happen. How can you create spiritual alignment within yourself? more? How can you focus on that more to align yourself with your spirit guides, with the universe, no matter who you believe in? Like if you believe in the angels that are around you, if you believe in power animals, totem animals, if you believe in, your spirit guides, your ancestors. I love working with all of them. I always just, whenever I work with spirit or the universe, I just make a call. Whoever wants to help me right now, I have this and this challenge, or I have this topic that I'd like to look at. Who wants to help me? And I'll just see whoever wants to show up. And sometimes it's my power animal, sometimes it's my ancestors, sometimes it's my spirit guides, and sometimes it's just, I feel like it's the higher self or the universe talking. So, align yourself. What can you do to align yourself? Sometimes it's going for a walk, sometimes it's meditating, sometimes it's writing. So look at whatever you have for yourself to align yourself with the spiritual world, and allow that guidance to come through you. Allow that to come through, and then trust at the information that you received, so that you can just follow that. And the wonderful thing is, the more we trust spiritual world, the more at peace we are inside of us. So that's an extra. And from the ancestors, we have for you, Hunter, trek down your fears and desires. Trek down your fears and desires. Again, this is something that helps you. Like if you start aligning yourself more and more with the spirit world, this is what will happen, that you can align yourself with yourself as well. You can see where the fears are holding you back, and you can start releasing them, and you can see where your desires are, and you can allow yourself to follow them. Because I feel that's one big thing, and this is coming up with this card from the spirits, for you to also allow yourself to have desires and to allow yourself to follow those desires. Because I know that's a huge thing for a lot of us, that we have certain desires and we're like, oh no, I can't be asking for that. Yes, you are allowed to. And here we have Mahavatar Babaji. I hope I said it right. Yeah, Mahavatar Babaji. Soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. So allow your consciousness to expand. Allow yourself to see the connection of everything that is holding you together, that is holding everything around you together. And by understanding those connections, you're going to be able to, like I said earlier, see the fear that is holding you back and see the desire, so that you can, see where to go next. And from the starseeds for you, we have karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. So this is something that might come up for you from the karmic relationships. We sometimes create or connect with, on a karmic level, with other people that are there to teach us certain lessons. I believe that's actually what happens all the time. But when we have a card like this, it's because there is a special one where there is a special learning involved for you. So there might be a topic in there. You might have someone in your close vicinity that is triggering certain things within you very strongly. So this is for you to, be mindful of that, look at that, connect yourself with the Orion energy if you feel called to do that, and to see the conflict that you have with that person, the triggers that you have, and to heal those. Because when you start healing those triggers within you, that's when your soul growth happens. And again, your karmic relationship, after that, your karmic relationships will also change. Sometimes people will leave our field again. And sometimes people actually will, there will happen something that will help you both grow. Right? So that's what happens with karmic relationships. It's sort of like you both decided so that you and the other person learn something. So you both get different sides of the same coin. And it's about realizing what's your learning within yourself to heal that. So this is beautiful cards that you have here for your, if you resonated with the purple flower. And now we're going to go over to the white flower. So if you resonated with that one, this is your cards. And we're starting with the affirmation for you. I can do less and attract more. I can do less and attract more. It's, yes, we're not living in a hustle. Well, we do. We think we do. And sometimes it's necessary to do the hustle. But in this case, if you get a card like this, it's important for you to, slow it down a little bit. Do less, and you will see how much more happens. I always love it when I feel like people from the outside are trying, oh my God, this has to be done until tomorrow, or this has to be done until the next day. And when you align yourself and really feel into this, when this wants to happen, like I remember this because this is something I learned way back when I was still in the corporate world. I remember, colleagues coming up, I'm going to need the PowerPoint until tomorrow, or I should have needed that list until yesterday. Can you make it? And so I would have so many different kinds of, people wanting strong things to be done. So I would just, follow that inner voice, what wanted to happen first. And sometimes those things, would be pushed to the back. And then the interesting thing is that most of the times those things that were pushed to the back, even though they were very urgent, somehow then the person will come up and say, oh, I don't need it anymore. So, it wasn't that strongly necessary. But I could only see that happen because I was listening in to, and sometimes it's about that. It's about listening to your inner voice and then see what wants to happen right now for me to attract this or that. And, for us as empaths and highly sensitives, it's important to know what kind of energy do we want to be in to attract other things. So this is here for you. And from the ancestors for you, we have Direction Guardian, choose your path. Direction guard, choose your path. Where do you want to go? It's your choice. So this week, look out for those moments that are going to be defining, the path you want to go on. Choose your path. And I'm feeling it coming with this one. I can do less and attract more. Again, do less. Choose your own path. Do you want to be in the hustle mode, or do you want to do it a little bit slower? How do you want to create whatever you want to have? When we are creating the life that we want to have, ask yourself, how do you want your life to be, and what direction do you want to take this in? And I love when we ask ourselves that question, because it's not just about, sitting down in the mornings or in the evenings and journaling what we want to create, but it's also, being mindful throughout the day and see, am I living in that direction? Because, I remember way back when I had moments where I was like, oh man, I wish my life would have less drama. And, I wanted to create that. But the moment someone came up and was like, oh, did you hear this? Or, what happened that day? And we're all very easy in going back and like, oh my God, tell me what's happening. And, and we dive right into the whole drama, and then we start creating our own dramas as well. But the thing is that if we truly want to create a drama-free life, it's for us to be, mindful in those moments and go like, do I need to dive into that drama right now? Or can I just, take a step back and get out of it, not get into that energy? So this is what this card is telling you. I mean, not about drama, but I just wanted to give you an example of how you can choose for yourself what kind of energy you want to be in. And this card is telling you this: choose your path. So choose the energy that you want to create in your life. And then we have here the Keepers of the Lights, charity, prayer, and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask, and you shall receive. Another beautiful card. I love it because it reminds us the spirit world, the universe, the angels, the source, no matter what you call it, it's there, and it's just waiting for you to ask the question, to say, hey, I need help with this. I want support with this. Come and help me with that. I have this challenge, or I need a solution for this and that, or I have a trigger. Help me to let it go. They are just waiting for you to ask. They are just there. Know that they are there. So ask, take a moment. And in your case, especially because you had the I Can Do Less and Attract More card, I know I'm going to be coming back to that one. Connect with heaven, prayer and contemplation. So take a moment, breathe, ask yourself, be mindful with yourself. Look at yourself, acknowledge yourself. What are your feelings? Where do you want to go? And then from that, create the questions or the order. I don't want to call them orders, but tell the universe what direction you want to go. Choose where you want to be, and start creating it in your life. And here we go from the Starseed cards. You got the love, Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. Wow, so we're having another one with relationship topics. Interesting. So this week's going to be about relationships. So you got the love, Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. So be mindful of that. Look out for any codependencies that you might have that are ready to let go of, or to end. And I mean ending the codependencies. I'm not saying that you're ending relationships. I'm saying ending codependencies. And also boundaries. Are you setting your right boundaries? Where are your boundaries? This card comes up when it wants to tell you to do, to look out for that, because it's necessary, especially because we are energetic beings. We are allowed to set boundaries. It's important for our own self, for our own, health. And also sometimes other people also need that. So it's very good to practice, letting go of that, being aligned with yourself. And I'm saying this, like, if you're saying, oh no, May, but I don't have that with other people. Yeah, it's okay. I trust that you don't have it with other people. But, it's also important to look at the codependencies we have with certain, habits. As I mentioned, because I just mentioned the drama cycle. Sometimes we have a codependency with drama, with fear, with, sadness. So it's also about looking into that. What is it, where am I maybe codependent of a certain fear, codependent of a habit that is just not serving me anymore, but I'm still in there because at one point I just got used to that and I'm doing it, but maybe there's something that I can let go that I don't need anymore. So that's about looking into that. Very good. So it's very interesting about this part. So this was for you if you resonated with the white flower. And now we come to the rainbow flower. Here we go. Oh, wow. We have 2 affirmations for you. So we have true manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. True manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. Just, breathe that one in. True manifesting is about receiving what is for the highest good of all. So, you have your desires, you have them because the universe gave them to you. So that's also for the highest good for all. So do that. And if you want to create something, it's about the highest good for all. So allow yourself to manifest. You're allowed to manifest things. You're allowed to follow your desires. But also, I love when this card comes up because it's telling us, don't tell the universe on how or when. The universe is going to know the exact moment and the exact way how it is best for you and for everything and everybody else. So allow that to sink in, right? Give that space. And the second affirmation we have for you. The universe is always conspiring to support you. The universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately towards the highest good. Do you see this? We have twice the highest good. So apparently this is going to be important for you to look out for that. The universe is always conspiring to support you, guide you, and lead you compassionately towards the highest good. Wow, maybe you were doubting that you're doing it for yourself, that it might be a little bit ego-based. And I know we always have to look out for our ego, or also called inner child. that sometimes wants to create certain things that might not be good for us. But again, when you let it go, when you give it to the universe will bring it to you in a way that is for the highest good for everybody, right? So follow that. Interesting cards. Here we go. Drum. From the ancestors, we have the drum, dream, and journey. Wow. I feel like you are being called to look at where you want to go, like what do you want to manifest within yourself. Maybe you have been doubting manifestations in general, because I know we get overwhelmed from everybody's energies and we're like, oh my God, where should I go? What should I manifest first? So, here it is. Allow yourself to dream, allow yourself to journey. Maybe you know how to do shamanic journey, so do that. But allow yourself to start dreaming more and more, and you're gonna see. And this is something for all empaths. So if everybody else from the other flowers is still listening in as well, the thing is that when we as empaths or highly sensitives, you start dreaming what you desire. And you're going to see, you are going, maybe in the beginning, you are going to see yourself switch because, maybe you were talking to that person and that dream was bigger. And then the next week, you're going to be talking to that other person. So that dream changes a little bit. But you're going to have a certain part of your dreams coming back over and over again. And that's your dream. That's your part. So what are the things that come back over and over again? And this was something that changed for me because at first I was like that, like I would dive into that direction and then I would change directions and then I would go to another direction again. And the moment that I said, okay, I'm going to stop, I'm just going to, be looking at myself more and see and watch myself. And if something comes back in 3 months or 4 months and 5 months again, I will follow up with that one. And that changed so much because it actually really helped me go in the right direction. And then we have here for you, Mercury, open communication, get a weight off your chest, speak up with love and be heard. So for you, it's also about talking, allow yourself to speak. Maybe there are things inside of you that you haven't allowed yourself or other people to hear. So allow that to come out, allow open communications. Maybe you have been afraid to tell someone something. So this week is going to be supported as long as you, connect with your heart to speak with love. And from the Starseed cards we have for you, I remember soul plan. I remember the fated life versus the destiny life. Soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Wow. And again, this is about your dreams. This is about what you want to create, about your manifestations. So if you can, connect with yourself, with your soul, and try to remember, like if you have any guided meditations that that will help you connect with your soul's memory, follow them. If you do shamanic journeys, follow them. If you need support with this, let me know. I also do single sessions and I can help you, I can guide you in a meditation to find and connect with your memories of your soul so that you can hear and listen what wants to happen. So feel into that sense, feel into that, because that might help you, really see what your soul wants to create in this life. And again, because you had the higher good, the twice the higher good card, when you start remembering and seeing where you want to go and it starts falling all into place, you're going to see that the highest good is also for you. It's for your soul, for what you came here to do. All right, my wonderful people. I hope you enjoyed this week's reading. And I'm sending it out to you guys. I hope this inspires you to be mindful with yourself as always. Be compassionate with yourself. And try to be as connected as possible with who you are, your inner voices. And if you need any support in any kind of way, let me know or book your free energy session with me. You'll find the link in the description. And yeah, I hope I can serve you more. With this, I'm sending you a big hug. And as always, surf your energy wave. Bye.